Yeah, I can
too
do that.
as well. Um, and then that was really the big thing on that is making sure we have that. And one of the things was how they was, I guess it was some of the wording and stuff he wasn't happy with,
Okay.
and there's and plus my broker, she wasn't happy with some of it too. But even though she's not part of it, she's one of my top consultants on this. She's done this before,
Sure.
and I had never done it before.
No, 100%. It's not something you do every single day. And there's a lot of knuckleheads out there, like I told you yesterday, that are watching YouTube videos and they fancy themselves investors. And I mean, it's just not the case.
Yeah, and she told me, she's Jeff, you accepting these terms is like, and you're acting like you're desperate. And because I had that 3%, she said that's crazy, man. And then that was the biggest thing, and plus getting all those things in the track, and then I maybe misread it, but it looked like the closing that I was going to be playing closing, but that wasn't the case.
Oh, no, we're not paying. You won't pay anything. There's no realtor fees, no closing costs. We handle all of that stuff. So let me get a piece of paper just so we're on the same page. So, what are the terms that you like? And let me see if I can put something together. I'll put it on paper for you. You can review that because it sounds like nothing's signed. So here I am.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. There's
All right.
nothing to sign.
So, go ahead.
So the cost would, the cost of the place, using 30-year amortization, and we were saying at 4%.
Okay.
With a what's it called? I think that word 5-year balloon.
Okay, 5-year balloon.
And we said that the down was 8% was the
down payment.
Down, yes.
Okay, 8% down payment. And just to make sure I'm on the same page, because I'm not looking at it, it's $385, right? That's what you want for it?
Yes.
$385, and that includes the furniture, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
$385 includes furniture. Okay, you want 4% interest. You want a 5-year balloon. You want 8% down. You want me to pay all the closing costs.
Mm-hmm.
What else do you? Oh, you want it on a Trek form? Trek.
Right. Yes.
What else do you want?
That's the big
done.
Big thing was that.
Okay, done. So if I go put this on paper right now and send it over to you, you'll at least have somebody review that and we can get a deal done. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, sir. I'll have them review it, and is everything good to go? We can make it happen.
Okay, fantastic. Do you have an email address? Could you text that over to me? This is my direct cell number. Just text me your email address so I can send it to you. And then let me get the people on my team to put this on writing on a truck form, and I'll send it over to you. Fair enough? Okay. All right, just to recap, that was a deal that was brought to me. It was a seller finance deal. It was on Zillow for sale by owner. I locked it up. I didn't think that I was going to have to record phone calls, et cetera, and so forth to get to round two. I've only been recording phone calls for a couple of weeks now. That is one that I had locked and loaded. Vote for me. I need to get to round two. I'm not here to waste anybody's time. I am him. I came to win this thing.
Round two, fight.
Production quality.
Yeah. So this wasn't on market. The agent wouldn't present our offer, so we called the sellers directly. The agent, sure enough, didn't show it. So I had a conversation with the wife. That's the phone call you're going to hear. Phone call went great. Same night, I had a phone call with the husband, and we had it under contract the next day. And I have it on a Google Drive. Sure, I could share the link.
It's a video, isn't it, Dylan?
Yeah, it's a
Bro,
video.
you can also share it if you're good on technical difficulties.
Yeah, I can share it.
Here, let's see. Hi, Dylan, you're good to go.
Sweet. And yeah, this was an 18-minute phone call, so trying to cut it down was not super easy, but no excuses. So turn my audio on. All right. Here we go.
Is this a subject too?
It is, yes.
Okay, we didn't know that there was actually one offered.
Mhm.
We did know that people had like, hey, are they open to this kind of thing? We didn't know that one was open, and his basically what we were explained is that by the time we paid for kind of like fees and all that kind of stuff to make sure that all of our ducks were in a row, per se, I think is how we put it, that we wouldn't walk away with that much.
There's a lot of attorneys that don't understand it, and I'll be transparent. There is some risk involved, but
Okay.
we buy 3 to 5 of these a month in Texas, and we do a pretty good job of protecting you as the seller to basically inherit all that risk for you.
Okay.
So, and I can explain it to you, all the legalities, all the mechanisms of how it would work. So, right, if you guys were to sell at your price, $350 today, you might break even, you might walk away with a couple $1,000.
Correct.
So my offer would guarantee $15,000 in your pocket. You know, it is all on the up and up. We go through ESCO, we have a title company, so it's not like a handshake type of deal.
Okay.
Our purchase price would be $335, so $15,000 above what you owe, and you would get all
Okay.
15,000 of that.
Okay.
What we do is we have a third-party company called a servicing company. They take automatic withdrawals from our bank account and make sure that your mortgage is paid every month, including taxes and insurance, HOA if there is one. Now, what the risks are, there's mainly 2 risks with this type of transaction. The first one being what happens if we stop making payments, right?
Right.
Because
That was a concern whenever we heard about
exactly, yep,
the potential of this. Okay.
for sure, rapping. We could get abducted by aliens. Our business could go bankrupt, anything, right? So with the servicing company, we make a payment 1 month ahead automatically. We have what's called a deed in lieu of foreclosure. Basically meaning if we miss 1 month, we are forfeiting everything that we've put down. We forfeit the 15,000, we forfeit any monthly payments we've made. You would just file evidence that a payment has been missed, and you get the home deeded back to you typically within the same day, and that costs $20 to file that document with the county. So that's the first risk. Obviously, it could be a benefit too, right? You get the home back. Let's say if that happens in 5 years, right? Maybe it's appreciated. We've paid the loan down some, and now you have more equity. Okay, so
Okay.
now the second risk is every lender has what's called a due on sale clause. See that you sold the property, they have the right to call the note due or basically foreclose. The first thing we've done is we call the lender, and you know, most lenders are in the business to earn interest, right? They don't want to foreclose, they don't want to own real estate, they want to own notes. A payment's never been missed, right? We're continuing to make the payment. We explain to them basically what happened. It's very possible they understand and they approve of it. If they don't, we have 3 options. We can either pay the loan off in cash, which in my offer I included a proof of funds.
Okay.
Another option would just to be to refinance the property, so us go and get our own loan. And the third one would be to sell it. And then there is one more risk too. He has what's called an entitlement, right? A VA entitlement.
Yep.
So are you guys looking to buy something immediately or rent for a while? What does that look like?
I'm not looking to buy immediately, but would like it to be open if the opportunity all of a sudden presented itself for us to, hey, this is a great deal, let's go ahead and grab it.
With this loan remaining in place, right, there's questions about debt to income, your entitlement being tied up. So what I have you do is just speak to one of my lenders. He's licensed, so he's not going to, I guess, lie to you in any way. He's going to be very honest because he could risk losing his license if he's not honest, right? So he'll
Right.
work with you to see, okay, if this loan stays in place, how soon could you get a new property? How much could you afford? So that way you guys know before a contract's ever even signed what your buying power looks like moving forward.
So we get the $15,000 in pocket, all paperwork starts happening, and then you guys are basically making payments for us.
Oh, why don't I send you an email? I'll send you
Yeah,
basically the offer that I sent to your agent. I'll send
Okay.
you some frequently asked questions about subject to, and then some information about our company. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to reach out.
Okay.
And then
for
if you
sure.
want to move forward, we can obviously talk what it looks like with your agent. Well, yeah, thanks, Joni,
Okay,
so much.
great.
Yeah.
What was your name again?
It's Dylan.
Dylan? Okay,
Yep.
awesome. Thanks for the call, Dylan. I
Of course.
appreciate it.
All right. You have a good night.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye. And here's the HUD statement from that deal. So this was 216 Cloud Road in Hutto, Texas. Kane Title was the title company that we used. And you can see we did actually make a $12,000 assignment fee from wholesaling this deal. We sold it to a sub-2 student. Our sellers actually ended up making $22,000. Their agent did not want to touch the deal. It was a brand new Keller Williams agent. It was actually a friend of the sellers. His broker told him that they can't touch it. So what we were going to offer to pay the agent, we actually just ended up giving the seller. So they were stoked. They made $22,000 when they were at the point where they were going to lose money. So we made $12,000. We also helped a sub-2 student close this deal. They brought the lead to us and we closed it. So this was their very first deal. They got paid from the assignment fee as well too. And yeah, so here's just proof that this deal did close.
Yeah, basically he had a solid call. His was a little bit different, right? He had a loan in place. Mine was a seller finance. So I didn't get into all that nuance of, hey, this is a problem, that's a problem. There's no way that the due on sale clause could get called, right? I didn't have the VA entitlement, but his style and what he did was an absolutely excellent call. But again, the reason there's, Baskin Robbins has 31 flavors. I'm not everybody's flavor. He's not going to be everybody's flavor, but I'm not going to sit here and throw shade. That was a solid call, period.
Well, I'm not a psychopath, so I don't do mint or pistachio. I'm also not 90. I'm a chocolate. I'm old school. I'm a chocolate guy. Give me like a fudge brownie chocolate. I'm classic. Give me. What about you? That one felt like it stung a little. That wasn't intentional. Yeah. That's fair. That is fair. Right. I feel like the only people. My fault, bro. Go ahead. Now, so the only people who eat mint ice cream are people who are using it as a replacement for toothpaste, and you cannot convince me otherwise. Ugh. Hmm. I see that. Mm.
Ooh.
Hoping that I get the Golden Glove, but his call was solid. Again, my style is very abrasive. I know I can close. It is what it is. I'll see you guys in round two. Yep. Yep.
27. Thanks. Yeah. I mean, Mott's call was definitely great too. I think if I had to be honest, I think he did a little bit better job building rapport. I didn't in my call, I didn't build much rapport, but yeah, I think we both did very well. So
Hey Dylan, was that direct to agent, then it went direct to seller, or was it direct to seller and then it happened to have an agent?
it was direct to agent, and the agent was he was just a rookie, man. He was like, my broker won't let me present the offer. So we just called the seller directly.
Oh, got you. Sick, sick. Um, so my thoughts on the call, I was honestly conflicted. I think I have a different little perspective of the call. So Dylan, I'm a fan of yours. You probably see it in the comments. You know, I've seen you on the nightly dial, so we go back. Um, I I I like I I'm like, damn, I wish we saw more of a call. And that's the stuff the time limit, because I'm like, damn, I just feel like I'm hearing, listening. I'm hearing Dylan talk. I'm just hearing Dylan talk versus the seller. And when it comes to sales calls, it's more about listening versus speaking. But it's tough because we caught you on a sub 2 explanation,
Yeah.
right? So I'm like, bro, like, am I watching a sales call or just a sub 2 explanation? Which is one of the it's the one and the same, right? But I'm like, damn, I want to hear the call. So when I thought about, like, at the end, like, what's the better sales call? I liked Mott's because he asked a lot of questions and we got to what's going on. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, I do. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, got you. Yeah. Got you. Okay, that's good to know. But Dylan, I thought you were like, what everybody said was amazing. Like, you crushed that call. I just thought Mons did a good job as well. But I guess critical feedback on your call, Dylan. I kind of cringe when you said business go bankrupt. I'm like, oh, bro, why'd you say that? Just stick to the alien story. And I think that's why you clipped it right there too. Like, it was like business bankrupt clip. You went to the next thing, and then Mons. I just wish you like asked about, just the influencer. Would the wife be on board if we sent the contract as well? How does she feel about selling? Just to make sure she moved forward. It's tough because I know you guys both mentioned at the end, like, oh, we got the deal. I wish, like, I didn't know if you got the deal. And then at the end, I'm like, did you get the deal? Because I'd be like, okay, well, yeah, it just adds more to it. And I'm like, yo, but he got the deal. I'm like, bro, I don't even want to know. I just want to go off the sales skills that I heard. Um, but yeah, that's how I feel. Good job, both guys.
It's so funny. This really goes back to the same situation with the first call where how we hear stuff differently. So I 100% see where Brandon's coming from with Dylan's call being such an explanation and him talking, but also what else is he supposed to do, right? Those are different types of calls. He's making an offer, he's explaining. So that portion of the call, he's going to talk a lot, right? Because he has to get through those things. But again, that's my feeling. I have no problem with it for the call. Now I could see the choice being not necessarily the best because you're going to be the one that's talking there predominantly, not necessarily going over objections. But I still think with all that being said, it was a great call because you did a great job explaining it. And me and Brandon are very similar on this one. The one thing I did not love necessarily about it was the realistic analogy to the business going bankrupt. But with the exception of that, being cool, calm, collected, it's still a lot of talking, but for 5 minutes essentially of talking to try to explain a concept like sub 2, that's not that much, right? Like, it's a lot for the call, but in general, when you think about how complex of a topic it is for someone who has no idea what it is, and then you're going to go that far to get them to the end, I think it's a great job. So Dylan, awesome job. With that being said, I feel Mott's situation too, right? So like, when you are a good conversationalist, most convos will sound easy. Like, that happens a lot. And that can make a call like Mott's call seem like it's a layup when it might not necessarily be. Um, you know, Call selection is clearly important in this situation because he chose a more complex call and like that showed its hand. But I also think, Mats, you had a great call. I think you did a really good job pushing that call along. And I do think you have more in the tank. With all that being said, it's a great sales call. I think this was more a selection issue. So I will actually choose to use my golden glove on John Motts. Regardless of the hearts, I like the aggressive, abrasive nature.
Wow.
I think Motts has got more in him.
I will not
I want to
disappoint
give
you.
another shot.
I will
Wow.
not disappoint you.
Let's go, my man. I hope you don't. I'm
No.
putting my money on you, bro.
No. No.
Let's do it.
Okay, wait, hold on. So I gotta know, Brandon. Like, I was wondering if you was going to use yours, and then you went mute, right? Figuratively and literally. So I wasn't sure. Like, were you gonna use yours as well?
I wasn't sure if I had till the end of the night and then I could make a decision.
Oh,
That's what I
okay.
was gonna
So you
wait
were
for,
going.
like,
So
let me-
his
let me
call
get
was
to-
great, but not good enough to make you decide right now. It was like more of a I'm interested in you, but I'm gonna think about it kind of situation.
I wish I had Brandon's number. I would have texted him, bro. Throw the glove in for me. Come on.
Yeah, Mike, I'm looking forward to you moving forward, bro.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
All right, let's
That's
a great
hear it in the
matchup.
chat.
But Dylan, you're a savage too. I just want to,
Great matchup.
babyface assassin. I like this kid.
Look, I'm gonna say this right now, guys. I'm gonna say this right now. We're encouraging and we're supportive and we're loving in this situation. But I promise you, the niceties will start reducing as we get closer to the end. The love and the respect won't. But the level of intensity that's required is going to increase. It's just the way it is because you got to earn your spot in that room in Arizona, right? And so I'm gonna tell you right now, like Motts, I believe Motts has what it takes. You don't do what Motts does for as long as Motts has been doing it without having a set of skills. But from what I'm hearing right now, and we've only heard a couple calls, like Dylan's on my list. Dylan's on my radar right now because he really, really demonstrated himself. Now, here's the thing for Dylan. Dylan hasn't, I don't know what his background is, right? Experience means something. And so I don't know what he's going to do in these role play rounds. A whole different person starts to come out when that pressure hits and you're doing something that you've never done before. Dylan's clearly done this before. Those calls, that was not his first rodeo. How does he handle something he has never experienced? Is he going to sound that smooth when the pressure hits? That's where experience really, really starts to take its toll. So I want to hear in the chat from everybody that's here. What do you guys think? Was that a well-used glove or was that a wasted glove? Was it well used? 1 for well used,
Wow.
2 for waste. I want to know. Let's get the smoke going in the chat. Anybody feel? Oh, so there's no twos yet.
Hey.
No twos.
Let's go.
Oh, Armando hit you with the waist. Armando's still salty.
dang. Okay, Armando. I appreciate the honesty, my man.
I respect it. I love it. This is what it's all about, guys. It's about the conversation, and it's also about the competition. Good stuff, fellas. You guys both did a fantastic job. It was really, really great seeing you guys. Angie, all right, fine. Before we wrap up, Angie, from your perspective, obviously, what is your relation to Dylan? Just so we're clear.
I adopted him.
Okay. So when everybody says Dylan's your son, it's not technically accurate, but it's still accurate, or
He's my son. He's like my son.
okay, I like it. So you got to be proud right now, right?
I'm very proud.
Okay,
That's why I'm like, you need to be in this, Dylan.
just so you know, I assumed it was you and Dom that was the reason you guys closed so many deals. I'm taking a lot of that credit and I'm tossing it over to Dylan as well right now. Like it's got to be shared.
Not Dylan.
Woo! Wait, but hold on. Are you in the competition, Angie? Like, what's going on here? Okay, all right.
I don't need to take first.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna get my own steak knives. Is what I just heard there.
that's you gotta get your own steak knives.
I'm gonna get my own steak knives.
I love that. This is good stuff, guys. Appreciate
He did awesome. Motts did very well. Like he rules too. So I feel he needs to be on board too.
I love it. Good stuff, guys. Let's go ahead and my computer screen is messing up here. So if I lose audio real quickly or I cut out, forgive me. We're going to try to get this thing going. But that being said, let's go ahead and move forward to the next go. Savannah, you're going to have to jump in here and let me know who we have that's available for tonight. Who else has their recording? So here's what we're going to do, guys. Savannah is going to give me 1 second here. Let me pull this up. Savannah's going to say who she has that is on the list, right? That put their name on the list. And then, can you guys hear me? Am I completely gone? I may be gone.
We can hear you.
Okay, cool. Samir, if I get cut out, man, you're gonna have to take it for a minute. So Savannah's gonna share who put their information on the list. Okay. What you guys need to do is just confirm that you do in fact have a recording prepped. All we need is 2 people to go against each other for the prep recording. I'd like to be able to get 4 more calls done tonight, which means 2 more face-offs for the night before we move on. So that being said, go ahead and read who's on the list, and then you guys can confirm in the chat if you are in fact ready with your call.
Do you want me to read off the names, or can you see them in the side chat?
No, just read off the names. Oh wait, oh you can't see him. Never mind. Okay, so we got. What do we got? We got Brad, Christopher, John, Michael, Sergio, and Theo. All right, Theo, I see your face up there. I'm seeing you nod. You're ready. Okay, Creative Mike, you're ready.
How many people is that? Is that an even number of people?
I don't know. We're about to find out. So
Well, Mott's already went.
Mott's already went. We can remove Mott's.
And Savannah said Jasper's in there too, I believe.
Jasper, you ready? Get out of here. Let's go. Okay.
Daniel, do you have the spinning wheel up?
I don't. Can you do it? Do I need to send you the link?
I can just Google a spinning wheel, right?
No, but use the we got like a family spinning wheel, right? Let's just use the family spinning wheel. All right, let's see here. Hold on. Okay. Let me pull this up and then we'll put the names in. Random selector wheel. Okay, here's the link, Savannah. All right.
Oh yeah, we got Sergio going today. Let's go.
Are you on your phone or are you on a computer, Savannah?
On my computer.
Okay, perfect. So you can share your screen and do all the things. I'm going to make you co-host. Can we get some love in the chat for Savannah coming out here and helping us do the things?
Let's go, Savannah.
Okay.
All right, give me some moment to input the name here real quick. Did we confirm everybody's good to go? Everybody's ready?
I think so. Is there anybody on that list? Well, let me see. Who's not here? So I see. Hold on. I don't see Bradley Garcia. I don't know. I'm not seeing a Brad Garcia.
I'm here.
There we go. Okay. No, you're good. You're good. Okay, so Brad, you're ready with your call, right? Full ready recording.
Yeah, let me switch you over because I'm on my phone.
Okay, do your thing. We're still gonna do the selector wheel. I just want to make sure that before she puts you into that wheel, we're ready to go.
Okay.
Christopher Craig. Where's Christopher Craig? Is he here? Agent Christopher Craig.
I see him there.
Not seeing him now. All right. John McAllister is here and he's ready.
Take off Christopher.
As of right now. Sergio, are you still here or are you still in Walmart? I don't even know. See, Sergio's elusive. I'm not even sure Sergio's a real person. That may have been AI.
Who going next?
We're about to find out right now. Wait, hold on. You may have to take off Sergio because Sergio's not even here.
Nah, he said he's here.
Oh, is he? Okay, Sergio, but let me be really clear. Do you have a call that is recorded with the appropriate time so that way we can listen to it and everybody will be able to hear it without issue? That's what I want to clarify.
Well, I'm not on the wheel.
So I have a call, but it's like 12 minutes, so we can just tap it and stuff.
Okay, so you ready to just let us start it at the beginning and then just stop at 7 minutes and you're not concerned with it being a little bit more polished than that?
It's whatever. The cold call.
The answer was it's whatever. Who said that they're not seeing their name on here?
Me, Kevin Brooks.
Kevin Brooks. You didn't put your name on the form.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, but hold on. Jasper makes it an odd number, so Kevin Brooks would make it.
Disclaimer. Kevin is my partner, and Theo, like me, Kevin, and Theo know each other.
I do not care because all of you guys can lose or win. Only one person winning, so you guys can do what you want. You guys can practice in the background. You can roll. You can do all this stuff. But you guys can share the belt privately, but publicly, only one person gets it. So right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So wait. Jasper got taken off because it would have been 7?
Yeah, it's just a backup.
Okay. Poor Jasper. Poor little Jaspy. Jaspy, as he's known in loving circles. Is there anybody else in here that has a call that would be ready that wants to put their name on the list? Just unmute or put your name in the chat.
I don't know. Hold on. Let's see if anybody add their name that we missed. That was everybody, right?
I saw Kevin Brooks on there.
Yeah, he's on the wheel. Boom! Everybody, reach out to Dylan Morales so he can get some role plays in.
I think we should put Jaspy on there and Angie.
I mean, Angie said she's not interested in disrespecting everybody in the community with her immense skill set, which was disappointing, if I'm being honest. Okay, what do you guys think? Do you want to just throw Jasper on there and then we'll just let it be uneven and then he can just be, be set up, or do you want to have him set up first for Friday?
I think Friday, if nobody else sets up.
Yeah, because I'm just like, I know Jasper always shows up, so we'll know he'll be here on Friday.
Okay, perfect. All right, well then run it. Let's see who's going next.
Drum roll, please. Ooh.
There we go. Okay, remove him. We got Mighty Mike going against. Theo said he's not ready.
No, that's a different deal.
Versus John. All right. Where are these two people? We will roll next. This will be good. You can stop. You can stop sharing, Savannah.
Okay.
Okay. So we got Mike versus John. Where is Mike? I don't see Mike.
It's a creative Mike.
Oh, there he is. There he is. It's the creative that threw me off. All right. Versus. Let's go and remove. We won't keep Angie up here just because she has aesthetic to the Zoom.
What's the matter?
All right. It was Mike and who else? John. Okay, fellas. Are you guys ready? Everybody ready? Mike, you're going first, so give us a little bit of an introduction, man. Talk to us a little bit. Tell us how you're going to be sharing the recording.
Yeah, so I joined Sub 2 in April after watching a bunch of Ace Morby's videos. I hosted my first deal before joining Sub 2. I'm on my 9th or 10th one closing this month. So I've done hybrids already, I've done Sub 2s, I've done seller financing. So yeah, in a few different states, really excited. I met a lot of people, traveled a lot this year, met a lot of leaders, met Ace Morby, met Jamil, met Craig Clark, a lot of other great people. So I'm really excited to be a part of this community and kind of showcase my skills. This recording happened today. Somebody reached out to me from a group, because I'm on track and social media, and so they wanted for me to help them sell a hybrid deal. So it's a 45-minute conversation, but you guys can stop it at 7 minutes. I have a audio recording. I could send you the link, Daniel, and you could just play it if you'd like.
Okay, perfect. So you're saying that you have the record. How is the recording saved?
So I have it saved in my Google Drive, and I could just copy the link and send it to you.
Okay, and you just want them to play the first 7 minutes. That's it.
That's fine. Yep, that's cool.
Okay, keep it simple. That'll work for you. Okay, now going on to our other competitor, John. Talk to us, man. What's your situation? What are you thinking? What brought you here? Give us a little bit of an intro.
Yeah, so my name's Johnny Mac on Facebook. I'm from PA. Today actually is my 1 year anniversary here at Sub 2. I joined last November or December. I never even heard of Pace 2 weeks prior, and I just was watching his free YouTube videos, so that kind of drew me in, and I signed up. So, worked with a couple teams here and there. Currently I'm just focusing on pre-foreclosures. So that's about it. Do you want me to talk about my call or?
Yeah, if you want to give a first of all,
Yeah, so-
happy anniversary, man. Welcome. I'm
Thank
glad.
you.
What are the chances, right?
Yes, this is sweet. I'll take all the birthday presents y'all can give me. Just saying.
I respect it.
So yeah, so I have text campaigns. I text and I have cold callers and stuff. So this guy came in Monday night. It was actually during our daily dial or nightly dial here. And, obviously pre-foreclosures last minute. The auction was yesterday. So I was able to get the paperwork taken care of. It's like 11.5-minute call. And then we stopped the auction yesterday. And today it's in escrow. So I'm going to wholesale. It's in Georgia.
Very awesome. Okay. And how are you going to be sharing that? Samir, I just sent you the link for Mike's call. He's going to listen. We're just going to play the first 7 minutes. So from the beginning, we'll stop it at 7 minutes. John, how are you sharing yours?
Yeah, I got a custom chop. It's not a video. I can only use that cap cut, but I'm just focused on the audio, so I can just send that to somebody.
Yeah, just shoot it over to Samir and he'll share the audio and make sure to get shared for everybody.
Yeah, bro.
Daniel, I just sent you mine.
Yeah, I got it, bro.
Yeah,
we good to go?
Yeah, we're good to go. Okay, guys, remember, once again, this is a competition that you guys are deciding who moves forward. So make sure when you guys are listening, listen for the things that you like, the things that you didn't like, and at the end of this, you're going to determine who makes it to the next round. So that being said, whenever you're ready, Samir. Do you have a timer? Are you going to be able to set a timer for just when to stop it for 7 minutes, Samir?
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, cool. Do you think?
All right, you guys let me know if you can hear. Hold on. It says there is a problem with the audio file. Let me just refresh it one time, make sure. I don't know if it's anything on my end, but it says there's a problem with this audio file. Is there any other way that you might have it saved, or maybe you could send it again?
I could email it to you directly if you'd like.
Yeah. Well, let me do that.
Yeah, that may be an issue with the way it's saved in the thing, or maybe it's a permissions thing. You may need to change. I don't know. Well, if you're seeing the audio file, then it's not permissions.
Yeah, I could just I could just shoot you an email. No problem right now.
Yeah, I sent you my email right here in the chat room.
Awesome.
Yeah, it just says there was a problem.
Yeah, Jasper doesn't really know how to dress himself for public viewing. And so as a result, he just decided to purchase one outfit. And he tells himself it's because like Steve Jobs did it, but it's because he looks awkward in pretty much anything he wears. So like he figures that a gray sweatshirt is safest of all the options.
Too busy to choose an outfit.
The bald guy talking right now lives in New Mexico. So, I mean, I really feel like he doesn't have a say in fashion. I live in New York City. I like to be comfortable at home. So, I wear this, different colors of the same shit, but, New Mexico versus New York. I'm just saying, I think we can put a pin on that.
Just so you guys know, this is Jasper in a nutshell. Jasper thought that it was appropriate to respond to his wardrobe selection by addressing where I live, right? Like the fact that he lives in New York makes the way he looks actually seem different.
You ever hear of like how your environment changes the way you are? Literally, you cannot dress like a slob in New York. Like you get looked at if you look like a slob. But
okay, you're right. You're right, Jasper. You're right, buddy. I appreciate it. That's Jasper, son, ladies and gentlemen.
Is Jasper going this evening?
We need another competitor for him to go tonight. I cannot wait. Jasper's going to be my favorite. I cannot wait to not need to use my Golden Glove on him.
100%. What a perfect night for me not to have my Golden Glove anymore. Mike, brother, I'm having the same issue. If you're able to play it, we might need you to give it a shot.
Yeah, we may need to have you do it. And just for everybody who doesn't know, Jasper's like family, and so we make fun of him as much as humanly possible because he takes every opportunity to do the same for us. But we do love Jasper.
He's like the one cousin you don't want to see at Thanksgiving. You just kind of hope he doesn't show up, but he is family.
Yeah, you love him. You just don't really want him around anywhere.
again, misunderstanding. This is only towards Samir and DQ. That's the misunderstanding. I'm never mean to Savannah or any of these people. They're super nice, so I treat them back the same way. Treat them like how you want to be treated.
There you go. The golden rule, not the golden glove. That being said, Mike, are you ready? I'm going to give you co-host, and we'll let you.
But the only thing is, how do I play it for you guys to hear it though?
So this is what you got to do. This is what you got to do. So when you go, you're going to go to share screen, and when the pop-up pops up, go to the second tab up top. It'll say advanced. Do you see it?
Okay. Yep.
And then click share computer audio.
Got it.
And then hit share, and then it'll pop up here. And once you hit play, we should be able to hear it. Go ahead and hit play, and we'll find out if we can hear it, and then we'll just restart it.
Okay, 1 second.
Hello? Hey, Mike, you there?
Can you hear it?
Yes, I'm here. Okay, perfect. Mike, this is Shalandra.
Okay, it's a little bit quiet. Is there a volume slider that maybe you could turn up on the actual audio application?
Just wanted to see if we could go ahead and get something done.
Yeah, it's all the way on 100 though.
Yeah, wonderful. Hi, Shalandra. So I'm actually one of the capital partners. I also underwrite a lot of the deals, and
is that better?
I'm the one that puts them all together.
So I can hear it, but it's faint. You guys are the ones that are voting. So in the chat, give us a yes or no. Do you guys think you guys will be able to hear this?
Are you currently occupying this property? Is this property vacant? No, I'm currently here. Wonderful, wonderful. And what are your plans? What are your plans after selling? Are you guys planning? You guys already have a house in mind?
Okay, we're good now? We're good now? Okay. All right. Restart it, Mike. We'll let it run. Everybody just do your best. Turn your volumes up. Try to be as quiet as possible. We'll let this thing run. Go ahead and restart it, Mike. And then what I'll do is I'm gonna start my timer right now here in my phone. And what I'll do is I'll just yell and we can stop it right at 7 minutes.
Hello? Hey, Mike, you there?
Yeah, yes, I'm here.
Okay, perfect. Mike, this is Shalandra. That's the property we're looking at. Just wanted to see if we could go ahead and get something done.
Yeah, wonderful. Hi, Shalandra. So I'm actually one of the capital partners. I also underwrite a lot of the deals, and I'm the one that puts them all together. So I know Eli had mentioned you were open to creative financing, so I'd like to go over that with you. But first, I just wanted to see with you is are you currently occupying this property? Is this property vacant? No, we currently live here. Wonderful, wonderful. And what are your plans? What are your plans after selling? Are you guys planning? You guys already have a house in mind? Are you going to start looking for a property? We're not sure yet. Got it. Okay, so if you guys sold it, you might rent for a while. You know, both of us are here. You can say something. Yes, probably so. Probably so. Okay, wonderful. So what did you guys work out at when it came down to the purchase price? You need to talk. I'll talk. Okay, when you say purchase price, total or what we trying to walk away? Well, no, because so just the purchase price. What are you looking for as the purchase price? What we're looking for is $395. Okay. When you guys were talking with Eli's colleague, was it a smaller amount or was there a different amount, or was it still $395? It wasn't $395. No, it was a smaller amount. It was like $355. Well, with the amount that we owe on our house versus what we're walking away with, it ended up being like $355. Got it. Gotcha. Okay, wonderful. So, your situation sounds like one that I just recently did. It was very similar. You guys tried to sell this. Did you guys try to sell this on market?
It's on the market now.
Oh, it's still on the market. Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha.
We're gonna take it off the market if we got an offer for a private seller, but right now, as of today, it's still on the market.
Have you gotten any cash offers?
We've got a couple cash offers, yes. We actually waited to talk after you all. We have a couple more people to talk to.
Okay. And with the cash offers, was there a reason you didn't accept them?
Same reason, negotiating. They're gonna call. We have somebody that's gonna call at 4, and we have somebody that's gonna call at 5.
Got it. Okay. And then also, did you get any traditional offers?
No. When you say traditional, what do you mean?
Like somebody coming in trying to get an FHA loan or a conventional loan, things of that nature.
No, it's raised too high. We have got people to come by, yes, but they all fell through to the interest rates. And it's like, no, we're not paying. The interest rates is high.
Yeah, definitely. The interest rates are very high right now. Doesn't seem like they're going down anytime soon. So let me give you a little bit of an example of what I did to a deal recently, and what we do a lot for a lot of sellers. So they were kind of in the same situation as you guys. They had it on the market. They were getting offers, but they were getting low ball offers. The cash offers were coming in slow. They didn't make any sense. Traditional offers were falling through as well. And, because then you need the inspections, you got to do the appraisals, they got to go through underwriting, and it just wasn't working out for them. And they really wanted to sell the property. So what we did for them is we went ahead. So in your case, if we were, let's just say, to pay you guys $350,000, right? And what we would do is we would give you the $350,000. We would give you a $20,000 down payment. We would cover all the closing costs, and then we would take over the existing mortgage payments that you have, the property taxes and homeowners insurance, because we would want to take over your interest rate because it's a much lower rate than it is right now. And what we would also do is for the remaining equity, we would make you a bank. So you would have a bank note in your name and stating that we owe you that money. And we would make a monthly payment to you every single month until we pay you off. So if your mortgage is right now, let me see here. Eli, can you take a look at what the mortgage balance is, or if you guys want to have an idea?
Yeah, it's roughly 233-ish and some change.
233-ish. Okay, so if we paid you 350 minus 233, I'm sorry, 350 minus 20 minus 233, that's about $97,000 that you would hold as a bank. So think of yourself as being Chase, Bank of America. You're our bank. We owe you that $97,000. So now if we go into the calculator, we would pay you, I'm going to tell you right now, on a monthly payment of So we pay you $330 a month on that $97,000 that you would have on title as a bank note. And it's actually very easy how to do. I know it sounds a little bit complicated, but it all goes through title. Title takes care of everything. And then what we do is we set up payments through a third-party servicing company. So we don't even make the payments. A third-party servicing company does. in order to have payments being made by a third-party servicing company.
All right, and that'll be it. We'll stop it here.
Partner. So what they do is every single month.
Okay. There you go. Mike, solid showing. 7 minutes, man. How are you feeling? You feeling all right?
Feeling okay.
Okay. Now it's time to go over to John. John, how are we going to share? How are we going to listen to your call, man?
I forwarded, right? You got it?
Let me see. Did you drop it higher up in the chat?
I can do it again. Let me do it again.
Yeah, that'd be great. Appreciate you.
Guys, real quick, if you can, post about this in Facebook and sub 2 and Pace and tag Pace and everybody about the Closers Octagon. Again, the goal is to make this the biggest closing competition in the world. So make sure you guys show them some love, show DQ some love, and yeah, post about this. My bad, John. Do you think, bro?
It's all good, bro.
It's the biggest in the world part for me. I'm a fan for it. Go ahead, John.
No, this is my first call talking to this guy. Just an FYI. Like I was texting him and then, called him.
Mike, can you stop sharing?
You can take it over.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Hold on 1 second.
Oh yeah, can I?
Yep. Just a Bogart to share, bro. Exercise your authority. All right, guys. So, guys, here we go. Before we play this call, remember, you just got done listening to Mike. If you're here and you're listening in this Zoom, you guys have the ability to determine who goes forward. So remember what you liked and didn't like about Mike. Maybe whatever notes you have, listen to the same thing for John, and then make sure you guys are as fair as possible when we vote. Whenever you're ready, Samir, you got the timer on it? Okay, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I think it's already clipped for 7 minutes.
Perfect.
Let me know if you guys can hear it.
1, 1, 2.
Yeah.
Check me out right here,
Okay.
Hello.
Hey Tim, how you doing this evening? This is John.
Turn the track up a little bit.
How's it going?
All right. So you said not good, and you weren't able to get it pushed, huh? The auction tomorrow.
No.
Jeez, man. So what are you thinking?
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
I've never done this before, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, my company and I, we typically, work with pre-foreclosures. We can move fast if need be. Typically what we try to do is to save homeowners' houses. That's through different options. I mean, at this late in the process, though, some of the things that we would have tried is like a loan mod. Like, have you tried a loan mod?
No.
At some point?
No.
No. Okay. Yeah. I mean, basically the banks, I'm just being honest with you. I'll be blunt because, you really don't have too much time. They don't really care. We're basically numbers to them. You know what I mean? So
Right.
they'll sell your house tomorrow. So are you okay with that?
No.
Yeah. So I mean, and the options that we would have gone through is like a personal loan and refinancing the house, listing it with an agent, renting it out to cover the mortgage, applying for forbearance. But you're at a point now where, the only other options that I would see is for you to either, sell it, for a cash offer. And at that point, we could possibly go to the banks tomorrow morning, start actually tonight, and try to get this thing pushed to buy some time so you can kind of get your stuff in order. But at least you're not going to lose your equity and everything. You know what I mean?
Right. That's what I mean. If that's what I need to do, then if I got to sell it, then I would rather do that than give it away.
Yeah, I mean the banks, they'll just take it and they have no mercy. I see it all the time. It's a shame, man. They don't care if you're a vet. They don't care. You got kids. So but typically the banks, what they'll do is they'll send you mortgage statements and arrears. Do you know how much behind you are?
Not right off.
Okay. Now
It's probably in the neighborhood of like 15,000.
15,000. Okay, and you do have an existing mortgage, correct? At 135-ish.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, with that.
And the house is worth like 3 something.
Yeah. Is that did you get a realtor, or how did you get that
I
number?
mean, like Zillow.
Zillow, yeah. I mean, typically with Zillow, like, you know, I say to everybody, it's like driving a 2024, you know, Mustang off the lot. You know, so like your property, like, does it have like big ticket items? Does it have a, you know, decent roof? Is the roof new, and your HVAC? You know, because that'll determine a lot of items.
Right.
Yeah. So have you had any offers to date?
Not like cash offers. I've had people contact me and they're like, "How much do you want?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
How much are you offering?" And they're like, "I don't know." Like,
Oh my
nobody
gosh,
will.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna run some numbers real fast, and I'll basically should be able to give you an offer here. Now the roof, how is? Do you live by yourself? Is there anyone else on the lease? Because you would have to sign if there's anyone else on the deed.
No, it's just, well, I mean, my family, my wife and 2 kids, but I'm the only one on the mortgage.
Okay, got it. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna be honest with you here, man. I'm probably at like 150.
Nah, I can't do that, man. I'd rather lose my house than let you take advantage of me, dude. No.
Yeah, wait. Your mortgage is 135, and then you're at 15. You see, I was reading that wrong. Okay. So let me ask you this: how's the floors?
Again, I'm not gonna let you take advantage of me, dude.
All right.
I will absolutely let them take it before I let you take advantage of me.
All right,
Give me a real number.
Let me ask you this: what number works for you, right? Because I don't want to beat around the bush, and then you tell me what works.
It's gonna
for
have
you,
a 2 in front of it for sure.
2.
Because I mean, when I leave, dude, I gotta find somewhere else. I gotta move. I can't walk away with 10 grand after I put my life into this place.
Well, listen, I'll. The only anomaly is that I haven't seen it yet, right? So I gotta come out there at some point after we get through all this stuff. I can write down 2, and I can just do 200, right? But I want to have a upfront contract with you saying, like, listen, like, if there's like major renovations, then we're gonna have to rediscuss this. But we'll you know give it our all we can to get this thing stopped tomorrow.
Okay.
I could try to make 2 work for you, you know. But maybe it's 190. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be up, up front with you, so we're clear here. Like if I go in there and it's like $75,000 rehab, like that's gonna throw my numbers off. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's not that, dude. I promise.
Okay. Your email, I'll get this written up. It's gonna be a purchase sale agreement. It's gonna say very clearly it's $200,000. It's gonna say, you're going to give us access to the property during the inspection period. I'm probably going to do like a 25-day inspection period just to make sure we can do our things. And yeah, go from there. Sound good?
Sounds good, man.
All right, Tim. Yeah, send me your email and I'll shoot this over to you, man. And as soon as you send it, I'm going to get on the phone with these banks and try to get their email and send it over. So hopefully we can get this one pushed. All right, brother. Take it easy.
Yeah, love the music, bro.
I don't know what to do with those sound effects.
I had to have some fun with that. What do you want to do? You know.
Okay, so walk us through this lead again. You said where was the backstory? Where'd you get the lead? Like, talk us through the situation.
Yeah, so I do like text campaigns, and I was texting in Georgia, and yeah, this dude, I see it all the time. Like it's the last minute they wait. Like you hear him, like he had like all these no offers because he's probably not answering his phone, and he's got a family. So that was it. It came up Monday. I was actually listening Monday night here, and he came in, and that's when I called him. And I was when I told him the 150, I was like, crap, he just hung up on me because I was trying to get a recording for this. And then, he came back. So we'll see. Yeah, that's about it, man.
Okay, perfect. And you said you ended up locking us up, right?
Yeah, so I locked it up that night, and then we went to got the banks the bank was kind of wacky, but we got the lawyer's emails and stuff, and I just like got all the emails on the lawyer website and just blasted them all, and then they pushed the auction. So, because he only owes like 150, and maybe the house's ARV is like 320. So if I make some sushi money, I'm good.
Okay.
And he's a woodworker too, So he says that his floor, when I started talking about the floors, he's like, he got a little pissed, but he was like, yeah, it's all hardwood, so it's kind of a gamble.
Interesting.
$100 EMD. What are you gonna do? And I saved the guy, a month. So.
Oh, okay. All right, guys. Well, you guys have heard both calls. So if you listen to both calls, this is your chance to vote. Please be as fair as possible. If you didn't hear both calls, don't give your opinion. We're going to put the poll out here. We're going to give it 2 minutes. And then whoever takes it, short of something coming out from one of the judges. That being said, here is the poll. All right. In the meantime, Samir, what are your thoughts, man?
The production quality evidently is something that is being taken into account. So I'm enjoying it quite a bit, to be honest. I don't know if I'm gonna match that energy. So respect to y'all who are doing it. But love the overall the production quality on all that. As far as both the calls, I think you both did a solid job. If you know what, actually, I don't want to swing anyone's vote though. So let's
okay. We'll pause there. All right. Without swaying votes, Brandon, any quick feedback, man?
No, I just dropped it in the chat. I was like, I'm walking out to public service announcement by Jay-Z. He has inspired me.
Okay. Are you going to allow people to reintroduce themselves or?
Yep.
I like it. Also, big shout out to that original intro song. To anybody who actually knew that song. That's a throwback for sure. It actually got me a little bit hyped. I almost had to get up out the chair. But yeah, so we got 45 seconds left before the polling ends. So guys, take into consideration, right? We have 2 different types of calls. We had a pre-foreclosure call where John was calling, trying to get someone to take a cash offer on a deal. And then you had Creative Mike, who was clearly coming in and taking the creative approach on the call. So 2 different types of calls. And 20 seconds left. Let's see. Jasper, you're up here. You're spotlit, man. What are your thoughts? Don't sway the voters. But how are you feeling? Don't sway the voters, man. It's only 10 more seconds.
Man has not stopped chewing for like the last 40 minutes.
Yeah.
First of all, I like to enjoy my food. So it was nice to have something to listen to while I was enjoying my food. Let's see. I think both calls were pretty decent. I feel like a little more energy in both calls would have been better.
Hold on, Jasper. Is the poll done?
Yeah. I stopped it. I just haven't shared it yet.
Do you think?
Oh, so I'm good to go. Just like.
Yeah. Do you think? Go ahead and say what you want.
Okay. I think honestly, both calls, they were pretty even. I think I would have given to John just because he had, I think, a little more energy in the call. I don't think I liked the condition talk on the foreclosure because I think his main concern was how can you take care of my problem? And the condition question in that like very last hour seems more of a you problem than a him problem. And so I would have kind of went in and kind of said, okay, this is what I can do for you. We've done this in the past. This is what I can do. And then kind of just go on from there. And I would have probably tried to get a number from him first before like just giving him that number, because that could have costed you the deal. Like with a different person, he would have hung up and just never called you back, never picked up the phone again. So I think like if you got the number first, kind of see where he's at, and then slowly bring him down to reality with more like with like foreclosure people, they're like they can be in a really stressful situation. I think that would have been like really good. But good job on getting the deal regardless.
My energy was on purpose, just FYI. I was trying to like match his emotional state, you know what I mean? So I was like, man, like really, like you're in this situation, so yeah, I can talk fast.
All right, guys. So here we go. We have the official verdict in, and the results say, John, Mike, who do you think took it? Mike, who do you think took it, man? Tell me the truth.
You mean it, bro?
Well, I saw the polls, so I think I already know who won.
Okay, so you already know who won. Well, then here we go. There's the results right there.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, so John won.
So good stuff. Good showing by both people. I think they were both good calls. John, I think yours was a pretty straight across the board. To a degree, almost too easy. In some aspects to it, the guy was very, very agreeable. Which for me would raise red flags, right? Anybody who's that agreeable always raises red flags. Not to say that it can't happen, but usually something else pops up. But sometimes you get lucky, or sometimes it's just a representation of how well you built up the situation. But that being said, you got it in escrow, so you're good to go either way. Hopefully everything goes through exactly the way it needs to go. Mike, yours was good, man. What are you doing for calls right now? How many calls are you making? Was that somebody on your team? Were you helping somebody else close a deal? What was that situation?
Yeah, so people started reaching out to me from like the groups like Creative Finance Pace Morby on TikTok and stuff, and they're coming to me with their deals, and they wanted me to jump on the phone with them and talk with their seller or the realtor. So that was actually a call that happened today, and it's a 45-minute conversation. So there's a lot more context to it. There's a lot more personality a little bit later on down in the call. It was actually the guy recorded the call, so I was like perfect timing for this whole entire Closers Olympics. So that was the call. I was just helping out another person. We're gonna JV on it. She wanted from 100,000 down payment. We dropped it down to 60, and I think they'll take 30 tomorrow. So I think we might be able to lock that one up and do a hybrid.
I love it, man. Yeah, that's the tough part, right? Like, this is where this first round gets a little bit interesting because it's little nuances. You have a 43-minute call that you did today, so shout out for making active calls. And it's tough, right? You didn't have the time or didn't put the effort into like going and clipping it up and getting all the good parts and putting it together and editing it and then adding Biggie Smalls for your intro, right? Does that make a difference? I don't know. Maybe it does. I really, really don't know. But this is really what I think, even though in one sense it's kind of a silly thing to allow to dictate this, it is representative of just the effort that you put towards something can make a difference. It's all about intentionality. What you say when you say it does make a difference. What you bring to the table as far as like the call and the timing that you put. Listen to the call that Dylan brought in. Brandon heard something, and if he wouldn't have clipped it right there, right, it could have went a completely different direction. So these things really, really do make a difference. Big shout out to both of you guys. Obviously, John is going forward to the next round. Mike, I appreciate you jumping in here, man. First and foremost, for raising your hand and kind of jumping in here and doing your thing to show that that it's worth the time to come in here and compete. But also, big shout out for going into the community, like the free Facebook group, and helping people lock up creative deals, dude. Like, I don't think a lot of people realize how valuable that is to Pace and everything he's trying to put together here. He literally created that free Facebook group for us, so that the students who are in a position to come in here and learn all of this high level advice go out to the people who can't and provide value. So guys, when you're here and you're in this Zoom and you're a part of the Sub2 community and you're doing this stuff, I really, really hope that you're taking the opportunity to go back and say, hey, I have something that you don't have access to. How can I use that to provide value to you? Some of the people are sitting here not knowing who to call, not realizing that you're a couple Facebook posts away from having plenty of people to call. So big shout out to you, Mike, for going out here and doing that lead by example for the community, brother.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Okay, awesome. All right, so here we are, guys. We're at 5:51 Mountain Time, so we're technically 9 minutes away from the end of this thing, but we still have people that want to go. We got a couple options, right? For the sake of conserving time, we can wrap this thing up now. We can give a couple of updates, let everybody know what to expect for Friday, and then we can just start the day off early Friday, or we can push it through for tonight. If it was up to me, I'm thinking I would like to lean for Friday so we have people lined up at the beginning. That way we can get a couple people for Jasper. But I do not want to knock out any of the people who have been sitting here and are ready to go. So I don't know. What are you guys thinking? Do we start Friday off strong, or do we push through? Got a lot of pushes. We got one Friday. We got a bunch of pushes. I'm going to do a poll. I'm doing a poll. Hold on. Let's do a poll. We're going to do a poll. New poll. Here you go, guys. When are we doing this? When are we finishing this thing? That's Yvonne. Yvonne is listening to something on like TikTok or something. And that wasn't Mexican music. That's Johnny Cash. Get your culture up. Do better.
I think you ended the poll.
Did I end the poll? Seriously? Relaunch poll. There we go.
Whoever said that was a good opportunity to say do better.
But they missed it. I was too fast for them. Gotta be quicker than that. Gotta be quicker than that. Wow, the Todays are going for it. What is Jasper voting? I don't know. What is Jasper voting?
It's what we've been waiting for, man.
All right, guys. Good night. Thank you, everybody. I love you. Just
Nice. Kill it on the mats, just like you killed it on the phones. Thanks, Mike.
See you guys.
Who's brave enough to go against Jaspy?
Who is brave enough? That's an interesting way to phrase that. Also, Jasper, were you chewing with your front teeth, bro?
It's not something I really think about. I could have, but I don't know.
Wait, is it Theo versus Jasper?
It's not Theo versus. I don't know. I don't think it's Theo versus Jasper.
I think it's only 2 people left.
Whoever goes against Jasper, I'm going to ask them how they feel about a person going against a person who chews their food with their front teeth. I'd be conflicted. I wouldn't really know what to do. You know what I mean? Like, how do you manage that?
Isn't me and Sergio on here too?
There's a couple people left. Savannah, let's wrap this up quickly. It looks like that today's have it. So what do we got? Let's go through these fast. Who are the last 2 that who's up there? Show us the list. Share the screen. Overtake Samir's sharing.
Please, hold on. Let me stop it.
Is Savannah even here?
Savannah.
Savannah. There we go.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Why is Jasper's not even on this? Oh,
I was
okay,
pulled. For context, Samir, while you were AFK, I was pulled from the poll.
Oh, word? Is that how we're
Yeah.
doing this, Savannah?
Yeah, let's go, Samir and me. Put me against Samir
Savannah,
and Brandon. Let's do it.
I don't see Savannah in
I
here.
want that.
Yeah, you don't do it to him, Savannah.
Guys, to me, it's like it's top 8 or nothing. Honestly. Wait, DQ, you're muted. Oh, maybe it's not too fun.
Jasper versus DQ.
Do it. It's top 8 or nothing to me. Like
I love. See, that's the energy. I'm gonna withhold my previous comment because of your response. I love that. Let's put. What do you guys think? Should we leave Jasper off on and make it uneven, or wait until we have?
If we leave him on there, just let me and him go.
Dang.
Call out.
Yeah, that was a call out.
We haven't had no call out.
We haven't had an official call out. That's not according to the rules, but it's the end of the night. I mean, what do you guys think? Let's get a vote in the chat. Yes or no? Do we go for the call out? Are we just going for the call out? One in the chat if we do the call out. One in the chat if we do the call out. I mean, it's a competition. All right, it is what it is. It's who was it? Was that Theo?
Yeah.
I've been ready to go.
That was me, man.
Wait, who?
My call out. That was me who called out.
What's happening?
Why is everybody coming for Jasper?
Wow, damn.
Okay, so
Honestly, guys, it's top 8 or nothing. Who's gonna remember who passed?
wait, who's fighting for this? Is this Theo and Kevin? Who's fighting for Jasper?
I think it's
Me and Kevin.
Okay. Remove all of the names except Theo and Kevin. Whoever wins goes against Jasper.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Theo and Kevin are up, and they're going against Jasper. That's it.
I was hoping this didn't happen.
Let's go.
This is the only time Jasper's life has been the prize.
That's the only.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Kevin. I apologize, man, but it's okay. Theo, you ready to go, right?
Links in the drive.
Links in the chat already. Jasper, are you okay, man? Now, again, Jasper chews his food with his front teeth. So I don't know what that means when it comes to his conversational skills, but that may give either him an advantage or a disadvantage on this call. you guys are calling out. So that means you got to go first, Theo. Jasper gets to go second. You got to go first. Okay, Samir, you got the link in the chat. Guys, before we get this thing going, let me end this poll. Guys, in the chat, let's get some smoke. Who's winning this thing? Theo or Jasper? I just want to hear it out of the gate. Theo or Jasper? Oh, we got one for Theo. We got one for Theo.
Me and Theo in the same office, man. I hear him on the phones all day.
Interesting. Okay, pull it up while we're getting the votes. Man, this is a lot.
I appreciate you.
Look, I give Jasper a lot of noise. And I mean most of like 98% of it. I mean, including the chewing with his front teeth. But if I had to put a preliminary vote, it's got to be Jasper, because Jasper is he's the cousin, right? The one that you don't want at the barbecue. So Theo is invited to the barbecue, which is why I need to give my vote to Jasper.
I threw the barbecue.
Because you're a barbecue. All right, that being said, do you have the call, Samir? Is it already clipped up? Do you need to use the timer? What are we looking like?
I think it works. Hold on. Share audio. Thanks. So it seems like the majority for Theo, but the clean sweep for the host.
I mean, it's right. The host got Jasper, because Jasper's been here, man. He's been doing the work. Jasper's very consistent. All right, guys. We still got 92 people here, guys. Bear with us. We got 2 more calls. I would love for the 92 people. I'd love 92 votes. If you guys can listen to these last 2 calls, let's give them all of the love. Let's get full feedback on these things and let us know who is taking off the final advance for tonight. Samir, you got it timed? You got it clipped? We're ready to go, right?
Yeah, it's 7 minutes.
All right, let's do it. Perfect.
Let's do it.
Hello.
Hi, Simone. It's Theo. How are you?
It's who?
Theo. Just giving you a follow-up call. You spoke to my partner Michelle yesterday about getting an offer on the property that you have on Hills Drive in Inkster.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking, who is Theo? I don't know a Theo. I haven't talked to a Theo in a long time.
Gotcha. Well, here I am. But really, just needed about 5 to 10 minutes, as she mentioned before, just so I can gather some of the conditions of the property, so we can get that over to the financial department. Okay.
Okay. Well, let me tell you this. I might, repair the basement, but.
Really quickly, Simone, I don't mean to cut you off, but I have a set list of questions. I probably can save you some time and a little bit of effort if I just run through those really quickly. Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha. And how's your day going, by the way?
Pretty good. Just started.
That's good to hear. All right. So let me bring the property up on my computer really quickly. And while I'm doing that, what has you thinking about selling it?
I'm moving to California.
Oh, you're moving. You're leaving us good people here in Michigan for California.
I gotta go where my grandbaby is. He's blowing it up out there.
Oh, nice. Well, that's nice.
He's an actor and a dancer and a model. So,
well, that's good to hear.
He's
I wish him
6'2"
much
and
success.
16.
Oh, really? Well, yeah, I wish him much success. And yeah, California can be a bit of a beast, so he needs his family out there with him.
No, his mother is perfectly fine. His other grandma's out there. His brother. He goes to a performing arts school.
Oh, that's nice. Well,
And
I'm
he's
glad to
probably
hear.
saying, I don't care.
Who, me? Oh no. Hey, this is the best part of my day when I get to speak to good people like yourself. It's no problem. Hey, that's why I asked. I asked and you gave, so not a problem. But nevertheless, so it looks like this property is 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, correct?
The whole upstairs is a bungalow.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 2 bedrooms, and then the whole upstairs is a bedroom.
Okay, so technically 3 and 1 bathroom, correct?
Yes.
Okay, understood. And about how long have you owned this one?
Since 2009.
2009. Okay, this is a good year.
Had to get them taxes up.
Yeah, indeed. It's like you'll always be renting the property from the government, at least, because no matter if you own it, they'll still make you pay property taxes.
Oh no, that's why I'm going to California.
Got you. Understood. We typically close within about 21 to 24 days, but
That
we're
was chopped
pretty
up right
flexible
there.
with our closing timeline. What type of timeline would work best for you and your family?
Okay, it's just me, and 21 days will be awesome.
That would be okay. All right.
Yeah.
Got you. Understood. And let's see here. And about how much were you looking to get for the property? Did you say 47,000, I believe?
47.5.
47.5. Got you. Okay. And is there anybody else that we may need to speak to before you sell the property? Maybe, you know, another family member, lawyer, realtor, anything like that? Got you. Hey, I have to ask, you know, it may be, you know, may need a second opinion. The more the merrier. We'll speak to anybody you need us to.
Yeah, last time somebody when they said 20, I got an offer for 30, and this was just over the phone. And I'm going to myself, well, you know, that property is going to be worth a lot more when they turn that portion into Dearborn Heights, which is what the plan is.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's what I heard from somebody
Gotcha.
on city council. That
Yeah, I'm
it'll
gonna have to look
be,
in. I'll look into that. Okay.
yeah, because the property's going to be, you know, houses around that area are listing for at least 80, you know, and in that area because everybody knows and they swapping them up because they know it's going to be Dearborn Heights, different zip code.
Yeah.
Property value is going to go up. So.
All right. So I think I have everything I need from you as far as the conditions of the property. As I mentioned before, I'm going to get this over to our financial department. They'll let me know what the property qualifies for, and then I'll get back to you with that number. And at that point, we're just looking for a yes or a no. And of course, a no is perfectly fine. We're not looking to try to pressure you into selling, okay?
Okay.
All right. And if you give me about 30 minutes or so, I'll be giving you a call right back, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, no problem. And again, my name is Theo Cross. This is my direct line. If you happen to have any questions or concerns before I call you back, feel free to reach out, okay?
Okay. Thank you, Theo.
Oh, yeah, no problem. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Here comes the close.
Hello.
Hi, Simone. It's Theo giving you a call back.
Hi, Theo.
All right. So I spoke to the financial department. Do you have about 5 minutes for a quick conversation?
Sure.
Excellent. So I did speak with them. They let me know what the property qualifies for. Before I go into that, I am required to let you know what it would be like to work with us if you do decide to go forward, okay?
Okay.
So first, I will let you know what the property qualifies for. If you decide to move forward, I will send over the written offer to your email. We will both go through that together. Takes about 5 minutes or however long you need. We typically go through that line by line. We don't want you signing anything you don't understand, okay?
All right.
All right. And then once we get your autograph on the written offer, we will schedule a walkthrough just to take photos and to confirm the conditions that we got over the phone. Also, after that, our transaction coordinator, Dale, will be in contact with you and also the title company. After title clears, closing is scheduled, and it's pretty much as simple as that.
Okay.
And if I or Michelle didn't mention before, you don't have to pay any closing costs. You won't have to pay any realtor commissions. The property will be sold as is, which means you don't have to do any repairs and you also don't have to do any cleaning. And we'll also be able to move on your timeline so we can get you over to California. All right. And with that said, they qualified the property for 45,000 plus your closing costs, which would make an effective offer of $46,125 cash.
Oh my goodness. What would deter that from happening?
I'm sorry.
What would stop it from happening?
So let's say if we inspect your house and you know, a fire broke out that you didn't mention before, or you know, there's the roof is caved in or something of that nature.
No.
Other than that, you know, we should be all good.
Okay, Theo, it sounds good to me, but let me see what date I can get there so that because I'm on a job right now, home health care job, and it's a live-in situation. So
No, that's perfectly fine. Before we even get that far, what I would need to do is get a best email address for you from you so I can get the purchase agreement out to you.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
I'm ready when you are.
Get a call. 7 minutes even.
Ladies and gentlemen, there we go. Theo decides to slide one in at the end of the buzzer. Interesting. All right, guys, it's not over. We're going over to Jasper. You got a chance to hear what Theo brought to the table, right? You got a chance to hear his perspective. I hope you guys took notes. I got a lot of feedback on that call. I hope you guys got some notes. I hope you guys got the things you liked, the things that you didn't like. Now, obviously, be fair. Try to remember those things because you're going to be listening to Jasper next. And so make sure you guys have that information set aside so that way you guys are able to score properly once we are done. Jasper, how are you sharing your call?
I can share mine via just audio because I have it like clipped.
Okay, I got you. Let me give you co-host. Hold on, man. Go ahead. Do you have it pre-clipped?
Yeah, I have it pre-clipped. So
What's the time limit precisely?
I don't know. I stopped it when he started talking about I started when he finished talking about condition, and then I stopped it before he was rambling on too much. So it's just like him and me going over back.
But it's definitely under 7 minutes. Do you know that for sure?
It's definitely under 7. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Well, whenever you're ready, man, do it.
Give me a second. Because you bought the house like 2 years ago, I completely, believe the whole cosmetic thing. No updates. I mean, it must have been a nice house when you bought it back 2 years ago.
It was.
I also appreciate you being super, like open about everything. The potential foundation issue. The HVAC system. A lot of people will just let that slide. So I really appreciate that. So I want to be open to you as well and transparent. So I have a question. So we run into these situations a lot where someone relocates and then they have to sell their pre-home. And what happens with a lot of this is that we run into situations where the sellers do not actually have equity in their home. And so sometimes, like, even if they're listing it, they are actually having to end up pay out of their pocket to sell the place. And especially with how the market is right now. I'm just a little concerned, and I just want to make sure when listing it, you guys are okay. So when you guys list it, do you guys know if that will be enough to pay off whatever mortgage you guys have on this?
Honestly, I don't. We owe about 305. So I mean, I could get an exact number, but I think it's 305. So I can't really afford right now to pay $10,000 or $20,000 to sell the home to somebody. And so my options look like I can try and go through the hassle of renting it. I can try and find a buyer and hope that they value it enough for me to wait, or I can go ahead and go through the foreclosure process. Right.
Got it.
Obviously, like everybody, I'm not looking to go to foreclosure. Nobody needs to do that. I'm also realistic about the fact that it's better to engage where you're at than to wait 6 months dragging it out, spend another $10,000 on a house you don't live in, and then go through the process.
Yes. Okay. So this is what we did. So we actually just ran into a situation with Eli in Tulsa recently.
Sure.
So what we did was basically we did what was called a subject to the existing mortgage. Basically, what that is basically we take over the payments for the mortgage, and then we would just basically take over and pay you some money to walk away on top of that.
Okay.
And the benefit
Actually, I have a transferable mortgage that would be really beneficial for someone to do that. It's at 2.75%.
Gotcha.
Which that's, I mean, you're in business, you should know that's an extraordinarily good rate on money right now.
100%.
So that's probably the biggest value in the home is that I can transfer that. Now, in an ideal world, I would transfer it to another veteran because it's a VA loan, but I do have the ability to transfer it to a non-veteran. It just holds up my eligibility. And so I'd want to know how long they're going to hold it in that mortgage before they convert it to something else. Does that make sense?
No, that makes sense. So that's actually interesting. I've never actually ran into a VA loan that's transferable to a non-veteran. Thank you for your service, by the way.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to serve. No, so I hadn't heard of that either, but my mortgage company let me know when I was saying, hey, I don't know where things are going from here. I'm not yet defaulting, but what are the options we have? They said, hey, you can transfer your mortgage, and it's at a crazy low rate. So
got it. So we would obviously take a look at that, but usually when we do a lot of these houses, we just basically do a subject to basically we take over the payments instead of assuming the mortgage. And so if we can work something out like that, I definitely think we could pay you on top just to walk away from this entire situation.
Okay, that would be great. And like I said, like you said, I'm trying to be really upfront. That's because I don't want any.
That was about it. And then it was just another red blank.
Okay. That was quick and to the point. He only used 4 minutes of the call, right? He had 3 minutes remaining. He stopped it at 4 minutes. We got to hear full 7 minutes from Theo. But guys, I'm not going to comment anything else. Take all of that into consideration, guys. You guys listen to Theo. Remember what you like and dislike from Theo. You guys listen to Jasper, right? 2 different kinds of calls, right? Another creative versus a cash call. Take all of this into consideration when you guys go into your voting. So for the final vote for tonight, to see who makes it, I'm really, really interested in the feedback from these once we get to the feedback point, because these were both really, really interesting calls. But before we do that, I need to hear what everybody says. So with that being said, we got 2 minutes. At 2 minutes, we're going to stop it. Let's see your guys' votes. All right, guys. Interesting. Let's see. So without swaying people, what are you guys thinking here? Like Samir, Brandon, give us your feedback.
I said I can't vote. I can't vote.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't vote.
I got you. I got that. I know the people, like I know the people who, like, I know we're gonna have a different perspective than a lot of people are gonna have here. I fully predicted in my head what I think is gonna happen. I'll let you guys know if my prediction was right. But this is an interesting one. This is a very, very interesting one. I actually think I want to hear Angie's feedback on this too, because I my guess is Angie's perspective is going to probably agree with Brandon, mine, yours, and Samir. That's what my thoughts are.
Okay, so
Wait, hold on. Don't give it yet. Don't give it yet. Let's give it until the voting's done, because I don't want to sway anybody. But if I don't see voting actually here, guys, we got a minute. If you guys are in here, you heard both calls. Please be fair. If you heard both calls, make sure you comment. We got about 50% of the people that have voted that are in the Zoom. So I'm assuming if you didn't vote, you didn't hear both calls. If you heard both calls and have an opinion, please make sure you vote for this call.
And I just want to say, everybody, I really appreciate the welcoming feeling that's to this group. I'm new to Sub 2 just this week, this past weekend I joined, so I definitely love the energy, and I love the feeling of being a part of this community.
Man, so Theo, you just joined Sub 2 and you already hosting the barbecue.
Indeed, yeah.
Okay, so I gotta ask, man, because this is a debate that we have in our household, and I'm probably not popular in this situation. But there's baked mac and cheese, a little bit on the drier side, but it's baked. Right. Then you got the mac and cheese that is not baked, but it's got a little bit of little bit of the cheese sauce in it, right? Creamy. Gotcha. Are you a creamy or a baked mac and cheese guy?
So this is the thing. The baked macaroni and cheese shouldn't be dry. A proper cook actually,
this is my guy.
Actually bakes it
That's
and
my
keeps
guy.
the moisture.
Okay, so it's both. It's creamy baked mac and cheese is what I'm hearing.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm definitely coming to the barbecue.
Dry, I'm not eating it, dog.
I mean, let me be fair. I have had some baked mac and cheese that was not on the creamy side. That was still tasty, right? But for me, I'm a creamy guy. Now, if you can do both, then we got a win-win. We got a win-win situation. But speaking of winning, we have a vote finalization on the poll, and the results are official. Theo took this round all the way home. All right. So Theo, let me start by saying this. We're gonna give some feedback. I'm gonna let Theo and Jasper chat. What happened? Yeah, they're in the same room. All right, Theo, actually Jasper, I'm gonna let you go first, man. Jasper, give your feedback on the results.
Well, I mean, I think he did it good. I liked how he had a 2-part call. Like he had a first part and then he added on the second part.
Okay. I love it. Do you have any regrets about your showing?
Not really. I just think nothing. I lost.
Fair enough. I respect it. Theo, you're new to the community, but obviously not new to the game. That call demonstrated as much. You've clearly been putting work in, and you're very intentional about what you do. Talk to us a little bit about how you're feeling for taking the round.
So I appreciate everyone's vote. I would just want to say Jasper had an excellent call. I think the difference between the call was the topic at hand. Mine was a bit more playful and and I kind of joked and got into her feelings a little bit and got her to open up. And those sub 2 calls, they're serious because people's lives are kind of at stake there. So there's less opportunity to joke, and it's more of like a serious situation where this person needs help, and you're that solution. So I think Jasper did an excellent job at actually being that solution, and he just didn't have the opportunity to get playful with it because that's not that type of call.
I love it. Okay. Yeah. It's feedback time. Brandon, I'm gonna let you go first, man. I know we probably all have some good opinions on this. What are your thoughts, bro?
So I don't think playfulness got you this, Theo. That's not my feedback. I think what got you this is super intention, and then it looks like you recorded the call for the competition. Unless you
No, all of my calls are recorded.
Oh, okay. Well, you were like moving, and I'm like, oh, is this for the competition? Like when you stopped during the beginning, that was great. I think like the techniques you used, and again, the intention with your call, knowing what you got to hit was awesome. Your laugh acknowledgement in the beginning was great. Again, stopping to reset her expectations, saying like, hey, this is my process. I feel like, I wish you dove into motivation a little bit. I think you did open her up, but I think if you're going to play that offer call, you should have connected the motivation with the offer. I thought you were dry on your tone at the end, and I'm only giving you this critical feedback because I see that you're about this, right? Like you're really sales. So I think you get what I'm picking up, what I'm bringing down. So I think just connecting that emotion to it, because that was the intention. I love how you reset expectations at the end of the last call and in the beginning of the next call. I'm sorry, the first call and in the beginning of the second call. I'm curious to see if we're allowed to snip both calls. I was like, damn, is this fair? But
yeah, as long as it's the same call. As long as it's the same call.
As long as it's the same call, okay. But I thought it was cool. Again, I just thought that tying in motivation at the end would have been really good to really connect. And then Jasper, I think Jasper, you did a really good job. I think just the difference here was seeing a full call versus that part. I love your setup with the third party with the third party story. Like in most situations, I've seen that. Like that was masterful, Jasper. That was really, really good. And then using the first name on the third party in Tulsa, that was huge right there. Like that was a great technique. And yeah, I think both of you guys did a really good job. That's why I didn't vote. It's just two different kind of calls, and that's what's tough. Just like Theo said,
Yeah, I love that. Angie, what are your thoughts on this?
Thank you.
Yeah.
A lot of what Brandon and Jasper said, because they were different. They were two different calls. To me, Theo's call was more of a, not a script, but like a call center. And Jasper's was more personal, but they were two different types of calls, right? I'm just more into being personal than a call center. So I voted for Jasper, but I mean, they were both great calls. Don't get me wrong. Theo's, yours was great. It's just, I like the more personal than a customer service type call.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that here in a second. Before I do, Samir, go ahead and give your feedback.
Yeah, I am in lockstep with a lot of what's being said. I mean, Theo, your delivery, 10 out of 10. Love your delivery, confidence, you're moving, you know exactly what you want. I just don't know if I necessarily agree with the want in the sense of the script, right? Like I'm personally like Angie, I don't love the scripted method, but it works, and it works for you, and it worked in this situation. Your delivery is phenomenal. Like I don't think it was a script that carried you. You could have taken that delivery in 100 different ways and you would be fine. So that is where the opinion of like personally closing comes up. Jasper's call, a great point is that they are also completely different calls. Jasper's call is a very difficult call in the situation of like, it's a pre-foreclosure, right? Or, it's in a situation, I'm sorry, where like the seller's in a much tougher spot, and it's just like a snippet of a larger conversation. I did also think he did a great job connecting with the seller, mentioning things like the third party story. It's just a whole different type of conversation. Obviously, I also, like Brandon, chose not to vote. Jasper is the unloved cousin, but that does make him a cousin. So I'm sure there's some bias. But honestly, I think you guys against most people in this competition would probably take it. Yeah, you would both take it. So it's a rough matchup. But a great call from both of you guys. Just complete different ends of the spectrum.
Yeah. I really want to talk about Theo's process, right? So a lot of you guys know I'm big in the sales world. I'm launching a whole course and community here in the very near future in surrounding this topic. And I actually have full sections breaking down every single solitary approach you can take to sales. And one of them includes Theo's approach. There is 2 or 3 people that are a little bit more prominent in the real estate space who espouse that approach. That's their whole approach. And it's a call center approach. If you've ever worked in a call center, that's what it is. It's a call center approach. And the reason it works is because call centers work. Call centers are tried and true. But call centers, just like every other sales approach, have their strengths and have their weaknesses. And so I think it's one of the things that we lose when it comes to sales, and I'm very aware of this. This is why the Golden Glove exists, is that what happens is a lot of people, when it comes to sales, they give their opinion based on what they like or don't like, not necessarily based on the skill that or technique that goes into that. And that's one thing I want to try to change to the best of my ability, is really kind of give a little bit of a nod towards all of the various techniques, explain to people why which one has its merit, and then you choose one that suits your personality best and your goals best. That being said, when we're talking about this process, Theo, you nailed it. When you're talking about a sales process, the way you jumped in and took control of that conversation was masterful. Now, I may not have done that, but what you did is you set the upfront contract and you took control of the conversation. Every conversation requires 2 things. I've said it a million times: confidence and control. And you were, without question, the person in control of that conversation. I may have taken control of that conversation differently, but that doesn't matter, because it's not about what I would have done. It's a matter of what worked. It's a matter of what worked best in that conversation. And the fact that you locked up that deal, or it sounds like was about to lock up that deal, demonstrated that you were on the right path. It did not sway the call. If it would have, we'd be talking differently. Right. And so when it comes to the way you executed the call center process, right, the sales process that you use, I think you did it very well. I know a lot of people. I have run call centers, and the way you show up, your presence in the conversation. And I'll close with this point. Angie made a point. She said, I don't like the call center customer service kind of feel. Most people don't. You did an excellent job at, even though knowing it was a process like a call center, of reducing it feeling like a call center, right? So I think that you earned your place with this victory here. Now, that being said, let me transition, guys. Jasper speaks 3 languages, and English isn't the first one.
Really?
Okay, yeah.
I had 2 first languages, so.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't. That's only spoken that for very many times.
Yeah. He as you can tell, he struggles with English. He struggles with basic logic. But you guys hear me give Jasper a lot of trash. But Jasper was on the team for a long time. I've seen Jasper's evolution. I've seen the way he goes through things. And one thing I can tell you is that when someone who speaks multiple languages, your brain has to process what you're going to say. Like Jasper's girlfriend speaks Chinese, right? Jasper's Korean, and he does calls in English. Anybody who lives in that world knows that every single day when you're not speaking that language, you have to retranslate and process the way you deliver information. So for Jasper, I'm hearing him do that in his calls. And so for it to sound as smooth as it did, understanding what his brain is doing in that process, I think you did a good job. Knowing how much Jasper has grown, dude, I think you did a great job of setting up the third-party story, right? I think you did a great job of getting someone who would otherwise be restricted. Here's the summary. That guy was an easy guy to turn off. I guarantee you get 100 other people on the phone with that guy and he's hanging up on you because he doesn't trust you. That's his personality type. It's just who it is. Anybody who does this, tell me I'm wrong, right? He is an easy guy to lose, and you didn't lose him. Not only did you not lose him, but you piqued his interest on a topic that is very easy to lose somebody's interest on. So you did a lot of things in that, right? So that being said, like Jasper, you didn't win this thing, right? And I understand why, because you were up against a tough call. Furthermore, I'm very, very tough on you for obvious reasons. And I know we mess around and we do this, but I'm going to tell you right now, as many conversations as we have, I have a big amount of respect for as much as you've grown. So I'm choosing to use my golden glove on you tonight, bro. You deserve to go into the second round. Yeah, you deserve it, man.
So-
I think you deserve it.
I'm curious to see if Theo could do that on motivation, because that's where Jasper lived and that's where Theo didn't live. So I'm curious if Theo on a longer
So I
call-
shortened up the.
or if he
I
focused
typically
it, yeah.
I shortened up the call for this, but I typically focus more on motivation for sure.
Yeah,
I
because
agree.
if you live there, I'm curious then, because that's where Jasper crushed that and connected it so freaking clearly with the offer. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I'm
And
curious to see how both of
I
you
agree.
guys move forward. Yeah.
You guys are gonna be
I
great.
actually, so I actually didn't like, my call that much. The only part I chose this one is because I like the way I used the question to kind of make him realize where the situation was so that I could tee it up for a sub 2 pitch. But I actually didn't like the third party because
Don't talk yourself out of the Golden Glove, bro.
Yeah, I mean, just
No, but I wanted like genuine feedback.
I
Because I felt like that third party felt like a little choppy, and it would have been better if I just didn't say it at all. Like I felt like that part was awkward.
Yeah, I don't. For me, I'm really like I have this rule that I use about deals where I don't like a lot of people they like the white lie thing in sales. I get it. I don't do it. For me, it's a skill thing. If I gotta lie, I'm not skilled enough. I need to be skilled enough to be able to tell the truth. That's just me. That's the standard that I hold myself to, right? And so that's where a lot of third party stories. Not saying that Jasper's was because I don't know if it was, but 80+% of third party stories are BS. You're making it up. You're like, I remember when I worked with Barbara. You don't even know Barbara. Stop it. I don't believe you, right? So, and lying in sales puts you in a position to get called out, which loses credibility. And we've seen this happen before. But that's why I don't really go for it. But Jasper's was true, so he's good. But that being said, like it was good, Jasper. Like honestly, man, all due respect, I think you've grown a lot. I'm really interested to see what you do in round 2. It's not gonna get easier, you know. It's gonna get harder. But I appreciate you showing up, man. Good stuff. Okay, guys, we made it through another night, right? We've gone through this thing. We heard quite a few different calls tonight in the chat. While we wrap up, I'm going to give you guys some things. White lie equals 10 points. Exactly. You're losing 10 points if I catch you in a white lie. That might have to be a thing. Who got some value out of tonight? Who learned anything tonight? Who just enjoyed themselves in the chat? Let me know if you guys thought this was a value add to you guys. Awesome. That's what it's here for, guys. This is the first round, but it's not the end of the first round. We have a lot more of these first rounds to do for the rest of this month. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, as the nightly dial exists, we're going to be doing these things here. Why? Because this is where the community is going to be. Now, I'm going to be sharing some of these pays, give me permission to put them on YouTube. So we'll be, if you have people that are not in sub 2, but you want them to be able to see these things, we'll coordinate that. I'll let you guys know. You can have them go and watch it on YouTube if they can't be a part of that, because even though this competition is going to be for this particular round, where the competitors are in sub 2, this is for everybody. This is for everybody to learn, to get better, to understand what this is. And the reality is not everybody can join sub 2, but everybody needs to understand what sub 2 is. And I know that a lot of the amazing closers in sub 2, people don't know who they are. Right. And it's time for the industry to know. It's time for the industry to hear what these conversations are supposed to sound like. So that way they know who to reach out to. They know who to squad up with, and they understand the value that Pace has been depositing in his students for all of these years. Because I think we can all agree now more than ever in this real estate market, understanding how to do this is extremely important. And it's only going to get more important. So that being said, guys, if there is a nightly dial, there will be a competition. If there is not, I'm coordinating with Pace because Pace is doing his challenge. If you guys have not registered for that, I would register. Pace is doing a challenge and he's starting it next week. And some of this is going to overlap with his challenge. So I'm trying to figure out what the timing transfer is going to be. We will figure that out, and I will keep you posted. For all of the competitors, I'm probably going to be creating a Facebook group chat so we can all be in there, and I can keep you guys up to date with anything that's happening. But that being said, we are ready for Friday. So who are the last 2 people left? I think it's Kevin and who else was Sergio and Kevin. If you ever lose Sergio, bro, Sergio, have your call ready. Have your call clipped, have it in an audible format. And if you can be somewhere where we can see your face and hear your voice, that would be helpful. Is there anybody that's in here right now that didn't have a call ready tonight that wants to put themselves front of the list for Friday?
My call ready.
Anybody else? If there's anybody else, say something in the chat, and we'll make sure that we put you guys up there for Friday. Samir's calling out Savannah. I wonder if Savannah is going to call out Samir. Enrique, okay, you're going to be ready for Friday. Sal, let's go, Sal.
I'm going to go against Daryl round 1.
You want to go against Daryl? Okay. Is Daryl
Round one.
Does Daryl have a call ready? Have you communicated with this
No,
with
I
Daryl?
haven't spoke to him. It's just been uncommunicated for like, it's unspoken.
It's an unspoken feud.
Friday, bro.
Unspoken beef.
That's gonna be a lot. Brandon versus Daryl. I'm here for that. I might have to heat up some popcorn for that one.
Let's go. Yeah, I'm down for Friday though. I gotta get a call though.
Okay, I like it. Look, Brandon doesn't even have calls ready. He's gonna make a new call.
Brandon, if you go Friday, I'll go Friday.
Let's do it.
Not the Beast going Friday.
Let's go.
Let's do it Friday.
Let's go.
Interesting. So, okay, so we got here's what we got. We got Kevin, we got Sergio, we got Brandon, we got Samir. I may have to message Daryl and let him know that the gauntlet's been thrown in his direction. Sal wants to go. That's going to be a lot because you got the closers. These are the people who've been helping run this Zoom for years, calling each other out. So it's going to be some high level stuff. Guys, if you got any value, last question before I let everybody go. We're doing this for everybody else. But there's going to be a lot of people who don't know. I still got messages today for people asking what this is and how do they get involved. They're already missing the boat. How do we let them know? I can't do it all. So if you guys got any value, please do me a favor. Go into the Facebook group for sub 2, share a picture, share your biggest takeaway, share your favorite call. If you actually enjoyed anybody's call tonight, show them some love. Guys, they were up here in front of up to 140 people putting themselves out there to be judged by all of you guys. That is not easy. That is actually very, very nerve-wracking. So if you guys did actually enjoy anybody's call, please show them the love and go and post that in sub 2. Let the community know that they put themselves out there. Share it on your personal social media. Tag me, tag Angie, Samir, Brandon, tag the people who you appreciated. Tag Pace. And with that being said, anybody up here, do you guys got any final comments before we wrap things up?
Let's go.
Do we get to go first on Friday?
Yes, we will let you go first on Friday. Make sure you're here early. We will let you guys go first on Friday. But hold on, let me get a confirmation from Sergio because I'm still unclear whether or not Sergio is a real person.
Sergio is my partner, and he's the integrator. And I don't think it'd be fair if me and him go against each other because he gonna chop his best call from the last 2 years, and mine was just from yesterday.
I mean, that means you got 2 days to get your best call for the next 2 years. Imagine losing to your integrator.
Hey.
I'm confident in the one from yesterday. It was a pre-foreclosure, and it was really good.
Okay. All right. Well, the wheel's going to determine what happens, but okay. But you definitely, regardless, you'll be up on Monday or Friday. We'll make sure that as long as the Nightly Dial's here, you're going because you've been here, and I'm excited, guys. I'm really, really excited about this. Kevin, please don't lose to your integrator, especially since I'm not even sure he's real. I'm really just taking your word for it at this point. And he's bringing a lot of smoke. He's bringing a lot of smoke. That being said, guys, another one in the books. Nightly Dial, Closers Octagon. This is just the beginning. It's only going to get more exciting from here. Love you guys. Have a good one. See you guys Friday.
Peace.